Very good afternoon from the Perth Hockey Stadium. It is a wonderful afternoon here. You can see the shadows lengthening across the pitch. The crowd are enjoying the sunshine on the bank, and we've got the second semi-final coming up today in the Women's Premier 1 grade, and that will see Westside Wolves taking on Suburban Lions. As we turn our attention to the league table and how they ended up at the end of the round-robin season. Well, if you can see, Wolves finished on top, played 18, won 11. Lions played 18, won 10. They drew more games than Wolves and actually ended up on the same points and actually only lost the minor premiership courtesy of one goal. The goal difference was just plus 14 for Wolves, plus 13 for Lions. So a really, really close affair. And you're expecting this match to be incredibly close as well, because their encounters in that round-robin season were very, very close as well. Well, we were lucky to catch up before today's match with players from both teams. And the first player we're going to hear from is the captain of the Westside Wolves, Gemma Buckley. Okay, a minor premiership in the bag and a very close fought contest with the title being claimed on goal difference from two other teams. Does that mean we're in for a really close finals?
I hope so, yes. I think like midway through the season, well, no one probably thought that we would come away with the minor premiership, but I think everyone thought Hale would run away. But I think, it was a pretty close finish to the season. I think it's going to be a really exciting final series.
Well, as a team, you scored the most goals in the competition, and your sister Ellie was pipped again for the top goal scorer award by just one goal, which must have been frustrating. But it appears that Wolves are not reliant just on her and that there are other goal scorers amongst your team. Is that one of the keys to your success, that you're getting goals from lots of players? Yeah,
I think so. Like, Ellie is obviously a major threat up front, but I think we've got a really exciting midfield, and there's like a lot of girls that have scored, 5-6 goals in the team. So besides Ellie scoring, full bag, but the rest of the girls do share it around a bit, which is good.
Now, last year, obviously, Wolves bowed out in the finals earlier than you would have hoped. Was that obviously upsetting, and has that been almost a spur this year for the performance amongst the team?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think even though last year we finished minor premiers as well, I think it could just go to show that you can't just rely on that. So we went out in 2 straight sets, which was really disappointing for the girls, and I think it really, drove the team this year to make sure that we would, play finals again, and we'll go one better this year and make sure we make the grand final and hopefully go from there.
Is it a case of unfinished business?
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for your time and all the best in the finals.
Great, thank you.
That was Gemma Buckley, the captain of the Westside Wolves, who's been a Wolves player all her hockey career when she's been in Australia. And this will be a very important match for her today. They really want to go on and avenge their disappointment from 2018, where they lost both their finals games. But we were also lucky to catch up with one of the Lions players, and I'm sure she would have preferred to have been in Rockhampton with the Hockeyroos, but club hockey means a lot to these players as well. And this time we're going to catch up with the goalkeeper of the Lions, that is Jocelyn Bartram. Well, Jocelyn, an unbelievable season in the women's competition with 3 teams finishing on the same points and goal difference deciding the minor premiership. Does that mean the finals are going to be a really close affair?
Yeah, I reckon it definitely will be a very close affair. It's been very tight all year. You can even see that Reds, the team that finished bottom, ended up beating Hale, who was one of those teams who finished on 35 points. So the whole season in the league has been very tight, and I don't think the finals will be any different.
Well, Lions started the season well, but seemed to lose their way a little bit for a short period mid-season. What was that down to?
I think we just had a few players in and out. We were trying a few new structures and a different way of play, and so that sort of affected our fluidity that we had built early in the season. But later in the season we've had a few tough games leading into the finals, and we've been able to work through some of the gameplay that we'd like to play throughout these next 4 weeks, and we'll be looking forward to 3 weeks, and we'll be looking forward to trying to implement those in each weekend of the finals.
Well, heading into the finals, your form's been really good. Does that bring with it added pressure and expectation?
No, I don't think so. I think we've played 4 of the top 5 teams in the past 4 rounds, so I think that in itself has just given us a really good preparation. I don't think there's any added pressure for us. We have finished second on the ladder, which is good. It gives us a second chance and a second lifeline if we need it throughout the final series, but I think we're just looking forward to playing the hockey we want to play in the finals.
Well, Suburban Lions seem to be a club hungry for success. You came so close last year. Is 2019 going to be your year?
Oh, I really hope so. That grand final loss last year still is a bit painful for the girls, and so we're really hoping to go out there and go one better this year in the final series.
Do you use that as inspiration moving forward?
Yeah, definitely, and a bit of confidence. Last year we were very new, had just been promoted from the league below, and going into finals in itself was a huge achievement for the club. But this year we've had that taste last year. We know what it's all about, so we're going out there to give it our best shot this year.
Well, thanks very much, Jocelyn. All the very best.
Thanks, Ashley.
That was Jocelyn Bartram, the goalkeeper from the Suburban Lions. And as we turn our attention now to the team sheets for both teams, let's look at the players that we think you need to look out for in this match. Well, Kim Leaper wearing number 1 for Westside Wolves. She's one of their imports originally from Nottingham in England, but has been a key part of the Wolves setup for a while now. Gemma Buckley, who we just heard from, their captain, is definitely a very important player, as is her sister Ellie Buckley, who was second on the goal-scoring charts this season again to Chantel Chilela, having scored 18 goals in the season, and a mixture of field and penalty corner goals for Ellie Buckley. Another important player is Rebecca Griner, one of the current Hockey Roos, and having her in the side will be a big boost for Westside Wolves. Also look out for number 5, Candice Peacock, a player on the rise. Turning our attention to the Lions lineup, and again you've got to look at Chrissy Bates, is currently one of the Hockey Roos players, so she'll be an important influence, and Jocelyn Bartram, you would hope, would be able to keep the opposition at bay. Number 3, Jolie Satorio, is a really up-and-coming player, while the experience of Paula DeBanche wearing number 5, Madi Ratcliffe wearing number 18, and Ash Nelson wearing number 19, as well as the captain's armband. Well, that experience could be really vital for the Suburban Lions in this match. Well, Westside Wolves are coached by Will Byas, the Englishman, who was playing yesterday, and they had a good result. And if we turn our attention to the Lions, well, they're coached by Lindsay Wright. And she is, of course, the South African, played 209 games for South Africa and was captain of the South African team. Our umpires for this match are Sarah Allenson and Kobe McGurk, the former Hockey Root, who, of course, just over a year ago coached Wasps unbeaten through the season to the championship. Well, you will notice when the players come out, we'll tell you about something in a minute. There is going to be a slight issue, but anyway, nothing to worry about. If we look at the way things went last time around in 2018, Wolves finished 3rd on the ladder. They lost to Wasps 1-0, and then they lost to Lions 2-1. So they'll be looking to try and get one over Lions this time around. 2018, it was Lions who finished first on the ladder, as Wolves have done this season, got all the way to the grand final, but then lost to Wasps in that grand final. So that was their first season in the top flight, and they'll be looking to try and go one better this time around. So this game has so much on it. Both teams will be desperate to win. Both teams have been really well drilled. And as you can hear, there was absolutely nothing to choose between the two in the season. Lions just losing 3 games, Wolves losing 5. But they did win one more game than Lions. And if you look at the way it's going to go, it would be a brave man to predict who is going to come out on top in this one. Both teams going into one final huddle down below us. And I suppose it's one for the animal lovers, isn't it? You got your wolves and your lions, your cats and your dogs. People tend to be a cat person or a dog person. We'll let you decide at home who you're supporting. Well, you may notice as the players line up down below us that there is a black armband around the biceps of the Suburban Lions players, and we're told that that is for passing away of somebody in the family of number 8, Sammy Prost. And so our condolences to her and her family. Sammy Prost, the 29-year-old South African. So hopefully that will give them the inspiration to go out and have a great game. So the umpires leading the players out. Plenty of conversation between the captains and the umpires. Gemma Buckley would know them very well. So too would Ash Nelson. Now the music stops, the players line up. One final greeting to them both. They shake hands with their opposite numbers, and now the start of the match just moments away. Gives me a quick chance to thank our sponsors as usual. Kookaburra, Tiger Turf, Danks Furniture, Osdrill, and FMG. Without their support, we would not be able to bring you all the live streams of all the matches this season. And we will be bringing you all of the finals games as well. And we're looking forward to doing that. I'm Ashley Morrison, and I'm looking forward to this game immensely. I think it's going to be an absolute cracker. So making our way down to the goal to our left is Frisch Beckett, or Beckett Frisch rather. Changed the name to Beckett. Just decided she preferred that to the name that she was given. So it looks as if it will be the Lions to get us underway. Madi Ratcliffe, who stepped out of the hockey ruse setup, wanted a break, but has still been enjoying her hockey playing for the Lions club. Doesn't push off, she looks to turn straight away and not 5 metres, so free hit goes the way of Lions. Lions in the yellow. That's a good tackle, and Wolves, well, immediately they're going on the attack. Great strong challenge from Sage Rogers-Uff. Plays it out wide, kept in play brilliantly in the end. Infield though, given away, collected by Satorio. Now Debanche. Well, certainly a lively start in just the first 30 seconds. Last match was a fairly cagey affair to start with, and Hale then burst out the blocks. Good work defensively from Faye Nash, but it's taken quickly. Madi Ratcliffe. Pushed towards the edge of the circle by Satorio. Satorio over the ball again. Goes wide. Nelson. And it is going to be a long corner. Taryn Bright over the ball for Lions. And there's a lot of pressure being applied by the Lions. They're not allowing Wolves to play it out of the defensive line at the moment. Justin Bartram shouting from in goal, just hold it there. Mistrap by Satorio now gives possession to Wolves, and they're looking to attack at pace if they can. Down the line the ball goes. It's a good pass into the path of Ellie Buckley. Good combination between her and her sister Gemma. Laid back now, and it was unfortunately just behind Gamina. Ball goes over the side. Given away. This will be collected defensively by Eliza Smith. Buckley was looking to close her down, and good work in the midfield there by Ratcliffe. And the free hit eventually going the way of Lions. So there'll be a 16. Just short pass played by Tegan Gamina. Stolen by Lions, and on the attack there again was Carly Williamson. Williamson held up. It will be collected though by Taryn Bright. Bit of space for her. Good clearing up at the back by Gemma Buckley. So a free hit now to Wolves, and not too happy about the decision. In fact, the two umpires are, well, we've got a disagreement there. I think one umpire signalled one way, one the other. But in the end, I think Sarah Allenson has won the day. or it may have been actually Kobe McGurk was just saying it was further back. Yes, she was indeed saying it was too far forward where Wolves were trying to take, so it wasn't a disagreement. Lions pick up the ball. Nelson plays it down the line. It will dribble out of play. So 5 minutes almost elapsed, just trying to work out who's on top at the moment. You'd have to say it's been fairly even affair. Comes wide now to Gemma Buckley. Buckley gets away from Prost. Good ball infield again, managing. So it wasn't Buckley, my apologies. It was Gamina, who then played it infield to Buckley. Tegan Gamina over the ball now. And a mistrap there from Sage Rogers off. It goes out of play, so Lions deep inside their final quarter. Chrissy Bates, that was good dribbling skills from her. Prost determined to get on the end of it. Create some space for herself, going to be closed down and just mishit the pass forward, and coming back to steal it back is Rebecca Greiner. That's a good ball forward, almost collected by Ellie Buckley. Turn again is a good one from Madi Ratcliffe, manages to keep possession. Ratcliffe gets the free hit. There were 3 Wolves players around her. That's another good turn, but it ball just running off the stick of Ratcliffe. That's good work as well in the forward line. Brilliantly picked up by Ellie Buckley. Plays the ball infield now to Faye Nash. Nash drops it back behind, and Kim Leaper will carry it forward. Pushes it out to Greiner on the left-hand side. Back to Leaper. Leaper just turns and goes back again, as there were just too many yellow shirts forward, and coming back to try and stop that was Prost. It's broken inside the circle. In fact, it's a free hit to Rebecca Greiner just outside the circle. Taken very quickly into the circle. Oh, just wide on the reverse stick from Ash Faye. Well, Lions just seemed to stand there and watch her advance. Nobody looked to close her down at all. So trying to carry that out of defence. It's a little bit going off the ball there with Natasha Del Borello. Well, that's going to be an interesting tussle. Del Borello, more than happy to use her body. So Wolves look to play that straight up the middle. Gemma Buckley looking to deflect it, and it's a little bit of pressure now at the back for Eliza Smith, and she did well just to make sure it was safely cleared. She had 2 Wolves players on her. Through the legs it goes. Great running again from Ellie Buckley. Smith is there once more, cleaning up at the back for the Lions. Now DeBonche, a little bit of space, looks up to see what's available. Everybody's on the angle, so she continues her run over halfway. Plays it now down the line. Chilwell can't keep it in play, though. Again, it was a hopeful ball down the line. There was a lot of pace on it, and Selesky couldn't keep it in play. So just trying to steal too many metres is Charlotte Owens. So Charlotte Owens just made to come back a little bit. She's only ever played her hockey for Suburban Lions. Charlotte Owens, 18 years of age. Made her debut in the Premier grade at 15. Advancing now, Chilwell. Thwarted at the edge of the circle, and Buckley tried to clear that. Determination to try and win it back. Comes back to Buckley. And that was just a touch off the line, stick, and over the side it goes. So Wolves ball. Tegan Gamina now. Hails from Wagin in the southwest of Western Australia. Del Borello. In fact, it wasn't Del Borello, it's Satorio, my apologies. the Banche to Ash Nelson. Picks out Madi Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe had to just check back, and she's managed to get the ball past Naomi Brown, but then loses it. And Brown can't keep it in play. Oh, and dear, and she falls over as she's trying to run backwards, but then is gifted the ball by Ash Nelson. Maybe it was sympathy for falling over. Satorio pushes it wide onto the right-hand side. It'll be collected by McCorkindale, and that was a good block at the edge of the circle. Now coming back to clear up at the back is Scout Regan, and a free hit goes the way of Wolves. We're about to enter the final 5 minutes, and it's been neither team has really dominated, and neither's really kept possession. Aerial pass is bounced long, and Beck Greiner will get on the end of that one. Good defence once more. Greiner will still keep possession, though, for Wolves. Looks to go infield, manages to pick out Faye Nash. Nash pulls away from the 23-metre line to try and create some space, then looks to feed a really good pass. And unfortunately, it was just too much for Naomi Brown to get on the end of, but really good pass and a good idea. Naomi Brown, who's one of the WA under-21s, Western Australian under-21 players, and by all accounts, the coaches have big raps on her and feel she is a player for the future. So Faye Nash from the side. Brown first times it, but it's easily collected by Satorio. Satorio releases it to Ash Nelson, and that went straight into the hand of Faye Nash, who grimaces and is trying to rub the back of her hand. She's got a glove on, but it still hurt. And now Ratcliffe takes the free hit quickly, plays it forward, intercepted, and just played over the side. Well, we thought this would be nip and tuck, and it's proving to be the case. That was great defence, stepping out. Kim Leaper, stick in the air, intercepting the high ball as Greiner now breaks forward for the Wolves. Smith does well, shadowing out. Leaper again into the circle. Cross it comes, and that's going to be a penalty corner. Well, that was actually very good umpiring, I think, because the delay on the whistle, because the opportunity came as Bartram cleared it, but straight into her own player. But it is now a penalty corner for Westside Wolves, and they are one of the most potent teams from penalty corners. 21 goals they've scored this season from penalty corners out of a total of 56 goals. Tells you just how vital this is to them as a team. So waiting at the top of the circle for them, as you'd expect, Ellie Buckley. And at the second battery we have Ash Faye. Sure, they'll go with Buckley to start with. They do indeed. Ellie Buckley takes a touch, looks to strike that towards goal. And they're claiming it's a retake for a penalty corner, and eventually the umpires confer, and that is exactly what it is. So, can they do better the second time around? Greiner goes down to the baseline to inject. Ellie Buckley still at the first battery. Good trap again. And that's time it's a deflection. Almost very good by her sister. Still alive. Another penalty corner awarded. Well, that was a very well executed penalty corner. Ellie Buckley finding her sister Gemma coming in at the back post, but she just couldn't beat Jocelyn Bartram. And then it was a scramble to get it clear. So will it be third time lucky for Wolves? Still have just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Is this going to be the first goal? Out it comes again. Goes to Ellie Buckley again. Deflected. Good save on the goal line. Has it gone in? And a stroke has been awarded. Well, a penalty stroke has been awarded by Sue Allenson. I think it was for a stick check on the line, was it? Because certainly it looked as if the ball was about to go in. And then it seemed to me as if one of the attackers, their stick was blocked by a stick, so it prevented them being able to have the shot with the goal at their mercy. May be wrong, but that's how it looked to me. Anyway, Faye Nash has picked up the ball. she will look to take the penalty stroke. Jocelyn Bartram just adjusting her hair. Faye Nash has scored 2 penalty strokes so far this season. Can she make it a third in this, which is a vital game for Wolves? Bends down, waits for the whistle. And she beats Bartram high to the right-hand side. And it is Wolves that get the first goal in this match. And that will please them and just maybe ease those nerves just a little bit. So now Lions will have to come out of their shell a bit. They like to attack anyway. Lions scored the 4th most amount of goals in the league this season. Wolves scored the most with 56. They were 10 ahead of the next highest scorers, Curtin, who scored 46. So it is going to be a tough ask because Wolves do have goals in them. Here come Lions on the attack. Deflected over the baseline. Long corner. Ash Nelson calls for the ball. Still 2.5 minutes left. First time into the circle. A bit of space there. Shot. Really good save made in the end by Frisch. And Buckley manages to find the foot. Good defence by the captain, but a really good save from Beckett Frisch. Used to be called the Wall. I'm not sure if she's still called that by the Wolfpack, but certainly when she was playing in Calgary, which is her hometown, the Calgary Dinos, she was known as the Wall. Of course, Srijesh, P.R. Srijesh of India, that was his moniker too. But his, I think, was maybe the Wall of India. Comes square now, Ash Faye. Plenty of pace on that, and an apology from Ellie Buckley. Was just a little bit slow to read that pass. Kept in play well by Ash Nelson. Nelson comes infield and collides with Gemma Buckley, the 2 captains. Apologies and really good adverts for mouthguards there with big smiles on their faces. Deep into the defence, Taryn Bright now plays it out to Ash Nelson. She manages to get the ball now to Owens. Owens advances over the halfway line, being chased all the way by Kim Leeper. Owens has got past her and then is stopped in her tracks by Naomi Brown. Will be a free hit though to Lions. We're in the final minute of the first quarter. Short pass is played there to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe has managed to keep possession. Going nowhere. Ratcliffe, well, she just lifted the ball up in the air, but I think she lifted it too high when it was played into the Wolves player. So Wolves again will take their time, I would have thought, with this 16, with 23 seconds left. Throw it down the pitch. Bright brings it down and then encroaching into that 5-metre space. So free hit to Lions. Ratcliffe again trying to spark something, but it was cleaned up at the back by Kim Leeper. Now Rebecca Griner. And that's a painful block. And the hooter goes probably at just the right time for Taryn Bright, because that hurt. It's been a good start for Westside Wolves. They had to battle hard at the beginning, but a penalty stroke coming their way in the 12th minute was converted by Faye Nash. And so as we go into the first break, it is Westside Wolves 1, Suburban Lions 0. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium. The players, one lot in the sun, one lot in the shade. Westside Wolves happily making their way back out onto the pitch. And the sweets being handed out by Will Bias. Looks like a good assortment there. And it will be Suburban Lions to get the second quarter underway. Chasing this game. Whistle goes. And here they come. Chrissy Bates driving through the midfield. Just lost it momentarily, but still managed to get on the end of it. That was good play down the right-hand side by Chilwell to win a free hit. So Chrissy Bates now, self-passes. Good stick work from her again. Cracks it into the circle. It's broken loose. It'll go out for a long corner. And just looking at these two, the fixtures they had earlier in the season. In round 6, it was a 2-2 draw. And then in round 15, Lions won 4-3. That just tells you how close things have been. Brought down brilliantly by Bates. Bates again showcasing her skills, and it's just managed to catch the foot of Gemma Buckley. They've played on really quickly. Sammy Prost fired that one in. The Wolves fans felt that that should have been a free hit because they thought it was a little bit high. Umpire deeming there was no danger. Ball placed on the side for Taryn Bright. Taryn Bright, of course, 2-time South African Player of the Year. And that's a good pass from Gemma Buckley for Greiner, but it'll be, well, no, Greiner brilliantly kept that in play, and in the end it's pushed over the side by Satorio. Jolie Satorio, just 17 years of age. She's only ever played for the Lions. She's made her way up the hockey grades, playing for all the state junior sides. And the free hit goes against Debanche. Chance for Gemma Buckley. That was a brilliant block from Taryn Bright. It needed to be, because otherwise that was into the circle and real danger. Gamina, oh dear, first time. It's just been lifted there by Faye Nash. She apologised immediately. Lions come on the attack. Just stopping on halfway. What a tackle that is. Really, really good tackle from Chloe Pendlebury. And here come Wolves again. Oh, was that? It was off the stick of Ellie Buckley. Chrissy Bates now, just scanning what's available. Gemma Buckley is in front of her. Comes back to Taryn Bright. Charlotte Owens now keeps it in play, just. She's under pressure now and eventually gets the free hit go her way. Carly Williamson makes a run forward. The pass is pushed short on the ground and Prost couldn't get it. Beck Greiner instead comes forward, feeds it infield to Ash Fay. Lions have come up with the ball again. Strong tackle on Owens. Owens gets the decision though. Although Wolves wanted to play on. Once again, just like to thank the sponsors, which are Danks Furniture, Tiger Turf, and of course Kookaburra, along with Ausdrill and FMG for their support of these live streams. Really strong challenge again there. Ellie Buckley felt it was her free hit. And that's just too far ahead. It was a good lead coming from Lucy McCorkindale. It just had too much pace on it, but now there's a chance for a high press coming from Suburban Lions. And McCorkindale deflects it again over the side, so Gemma Buckley gains all of about 3 metres. Gamina it was. I apologize, I think I called it Gemma Buckley. It was Gamina. Just saw the two on her back, and both have the red headbands at the moment in their hair. Both tall women. Well, there was a slight touch on that one. And it is a 16. Just had a touch off Selesky's stick. That's a bit scrappy at the moment. Neither team really being that cohesive. Neither allowing the other to get any decent run on it. Deflected off Gemina. Defence coming back. Well, there's got to be no, well, penalty corner, because it was just lifted up into the body of Chilwell. So this is the first penalty corner of the match for Suburban Lions. Desperate defending leads to desperate measures. This might be a good chance, because Lions, I mentioned how good Wolves have been from penalty corners. Lions are the second best in the competition, 19 goals from penalty corners. And when you consider they've scored 37, that's more than half their goals have come from penalty corners. Madi Ratcliffe is their key exponent with 11 goals, and she's lining up at the top of the circle. DeBonche is there as well. Comes out, Madi Ratcliffe flicks it. And who did that stop? Well, I'm not sure who stopped that one, but it was good defending. Didn't seem they knew too much about it. Deflected over the baseline that time from Ash Fay. Long corner, there's no ball on the pitch, but there's one coming now. Like buses, there's never one when you need it. So Lions, sustained pressure now. Deflected across into the circle. Long corner, again, just played over the baseline. Well, I wasn't sure that didn't touch Chloe Pendlebury's foot, but certainly there were no claims for a penalty corner. Satorio. Good defensive work from Candice Peacock. Peacock looking to play on. Candice Peacock, originally from Bunbury in the southwest of Western Australia. She also started her hockey playing for Old Aquinians before moving to Westside Wolves. Gemina plays it down the line. It's going to run away from Greiner, but picked up brilliantly in the end by Selesky. Selesky is hemmed in the corner, eventually loses possession. Del Borello tried to play that out and struck by Selesky towards goal, but whistle blown because it was dangerous again. That's a good collect by Satorio. Satorio, though, trying to play it through the body of Ash Fay, but managed to get a free hit. Comes back to Del Borello. Del Borello played it forward into Ash Nelson in that pocket in front of the defensive line. Another ball forward, really an aimless ball, you'd have to say, in the end from Eliza Smith. Certainly was a nice swing and plenty of power. So we've gone past the halfway stage of the second quarter. Still no more goals added at the moment. And Lions haven't really threatened Beckett Frischers yet. Maybe this is the time as Chrissy Bates bursts forwards. Really good tackle coming in and trying to win it back again was Scout Regan. Comes to her once more, pushes it forward to Ellie Buckley now. Grine has made a good run into the circle. In the end, though, Wolves have to recycle it back to halfway. Gemina, and she's just pushed that one too far ahead of Candice Peacock. Peacock then takes a break and is replaced by Naomi Brown. Del Borello plays it in from the side, and just hit aimlessly forward. Gemma Buckley was trying to claim that that was dangerous and get a free hit for her side. Comes wide now to Naomi Brown. Brown pushes it down the line, just a slight deflection over the side off the stick of Carly Williamson. Carly Williamson, who comes from Busselton, part of the WA under-21s, and also played for the country team in the national championships. Played for the Southwest Strikers earlier in her time before heading up to Perth. Good carry forward there from Chloe Pendlebury. Straight down the middle it goes, but collected by Satorio. And Satorio, though, gives it straight back. Well intercepted in the end by Selesky. Selesky almost gave it straight back, and desperate defending in the end. Coming back was Madi Ratcliffe. That was a good pass infield coming from Williamson, but miscontrolled by Debanche. And now Bright has to help out. Chance to redeem herself for Paula Debanche, and strong challenge coming in there for Gamina. Gamina comes up with the ball. That looked as if it hit a leg just outside the circle. It did indeed. Ellie Buckley plays on for Wolves. Into the circle she goes. Did it go 5 metres? The umpire seems happy. I thought that was probably a little bit under 5 metres. So maybe a little bit lucky to get away with that one. At the end of the day, though, it doesn't matter what I think. It's what the umpires think. So Gemma Buckley plays it back into the defensive line once more. Pendlebury squares it. Faye Nash. Brown just losing out, and Williamson trying to turn. Manages to keep that in play, but has to turn backwards. Madi Ratcliffe looks to drill that down the line, but intercepted brilliantly in the end by Kim Leeper. Breaking forward now is Rogers Uff. Rogers Uff is into the circle. Rogers Uff lays it across the face of goal. Nobody there for Wolves. And now Paula Debanche has a bit of space to move into. She plays it forward, but that's probably going to be intercepted quite easily, and it is by Chloe Pendlebury. Well, there was a great opportunity for a counter-attack from Lions, and they just hesitated. Just a little bit of indecision. They've lost the ball again now, and there's trouble. Rebecca Greiner squares it, shot just past the left post. And sliding in, trying to get a touch was Ellie Buckley. Now that was a really good opportunity. I think it was Rogers Uff who had the initial shot. And Ellie Buckley throwing herself into that space, but good work once more by Rebecca Greiner, aware of the players around her and looking to bring them into the game. Owens trying to turn, but turns into trouble. She does get the free hit, though. Selesky penalised. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Suburban Lions trying to find a goal to pull themselves back in this match and get into half-time on level terms. But at the moment, it's all Wolves doing all the attacking. Candice Peacock down the line. It goes deflected over the side by Angela Chilwell. Kim Leeper plays on. Leeper gets the return pass. And they're moving the ball well. And just as I said, that is intercepted brilliantly by Tina Mash. But just a short pass, and Bates couldn't get it intercepted. Well read, though, by Ash Fay to intercept that one. Greiner now has it for the Wolves. Goes to Ash Fay. She's going to have to watch this. She's being closed out from behind, and finally she got the shout, so just had to make the pass backwards. Pendlebury comes wide now, and Peacock deflected over the side. It goes from Carly Williamson. Pendlebury. Leeper. gets the free hit, plays on quickly, but played on a little bit too quickly. I don't think she actually stopped the ball. Well, the umpire might not feel it was in the right position. In the end, she's going to now leave it for Peacock. Peacock drives towards the circle. Into the circle she goes, and penalty corner for a stick tackle. So Wolves now with their 4th penalty corner of the match. Is this where they get a second goal? We're in the final minute of the first half. They would love a goal now. It just put them in such a good position going into half-time. 2 goals to the good. And it would really mean that there would be a lot of work need to be done by Lions to come back in this match. Rebecca Griner makes her way to the baseline. Madi Buckley waits at the top of the circle. Alongside her is Ash Fay. Ash Fay may be the preferred option this time around. It is, in fact, Fay. It's not a good trap, though. Fay has to do a lot of work herself. Good save, and the follow-up is there. Rebecca Griner, the injector, was Johnny on the spot to put that on, or probably I should say Jill on the spot. But a really good finish by her to make it 2-0 now to Westside Wolves. It was a sharp save from Bartram, but the ball just fell down in the end right to the feet of Rebecca Griner. And as Bartram was on the deck, she just flicked it into the goal. 2-0 now to Wolves, and a really big ask now for Suburban Lions to get back in this match. Bates trying to spark something late in this second quarter. Chrissy Bates again, that's a great block. Up in the air it goes. It'll be a free hit to Ash Nelson. Madi Buckley coming into her space. Well, they're not going to get a chance to take it. And it'll be interesting to look at the body language of the Lions players as they come off, whether they feel they can come back. Madi Ratcliffe trying to spark them up. But it is at halftime. Westside Wolves who are in the lead. As we go into halftime, it's Westside Wolves 2, Suburban Lions 0. Welcome back to Perth Hockey Stadium as halftime draws to a close. We just see down below us Suburban Lions players jogging out from the change rooms. Wolves were out a little bit earlier. And Suburban Lions have it all to do. They're trailing by 2-0, conceding late in the first half, in the 30th minute. And that would be really annoying to their coach. I'm sure Lindsay Wright. It will be Wolves to get the second half and the third quarter underway. And they do push back. Rebecca Greiner getting it underway, stretching in the defensive line is Chloe Pendlebury, put under pressure immediately by Chilwell. And over the side it goes. Now, there will be Lions fans who will be looking at this fixture and think there's still a chance. If you look at Madi Ratcliffe's record, she's scored 7 goals in 5 meetings and only once not scored against Westside Wolves. 7 goals in 5 meetings is a good return by anyone's standard. But Wolves looking pretty solid defensively at the moment, which is credit to them, because they'd actually conceded the second most goals in the league. As I mentioned, though, in the pre-match interview that we did with Gemma Buckley, they hadn't conceded for the last 3 games. So really good run of form coming into the finals as Chilwell collects, taking on Pendlebury. Pendlebury did just bulk her there and got the free hit. There seems to be a real confidence about Wolves at the moment. Got a touch, and now Smith in the midfield, put under pressure by Greiner. Free hit, though, goes the way of Eliza Smith because that pressure was deemed illegal. So the shadows lengthening across the pitch here at Curtin University. Taryn Bright looking for Debanche, but it was well read, and Gemma Buckley looking to steal possession, apologises as she just lent a little bit too heavily on the shorter Paula Debanche. Debanche, of course, born in Argentina, played for Spain. Father was the famous coach Jorge Debanche Silva. It's interesting, she started her hockey age 5 and said she absolutely hated training. As Sammy Pross plays that forward, it's going to break well for Ash Nelson. Nelson to the baseline, needs some support, played over the baseline, off the stick of Gamina. Oh, it was Pendlebury, rather. It's a long corner. Satorio tried to just push that to Debanche. Satorio may win it back. No. Good strength on the ball from Ash Fay. Greiner gets the better of Smith. Chasing back is Satorio. Greiner still getting the pace. And the whistle goes. It will be a free hit. Satorio's challenge was not a fair one, according to Kobe McGurk. Into the circle come Wolves, and it's just gone over the baseline, so 16. You just wonder, the longer Wolves can keep Lions at bay, the more their confidence will grow. Stolen away from Madi Ratcliffe. Ellie Buckley tries to turn. Ellie Buckley keeps possession. 2 players trying to stop her getting in the circle. They've done it illegally, and the player penalised was Natasha Del Borello. Kim Leaper. Leaper plays the ball back. Pendlebury. Carried forward now by Peacock. Peacock will look to fire that into the circle. Ratcliffe does well, and she tried to just hit that one softly towards Ellie Pearson, but it still had a little bit too much pace on it for Pearson. Pearson, the 20-year-old who comes from rural Western Australia. Another one of the country girls that are coming through in this competition. Great pass. Buckley now trying to turn. And a penalty corner issued. Not surprisingly, Ellie Buckley so strong on the ball. And a 5th penalty corner now for Wolves. And, well, they've won a penalty stroke and they've scored from a penalty corner so far. So this is danger time for Suburban Lions. Desperately need to stop Wolves from getting another one here, or you feel the game is almost gone. Ash Fay at the first back tree. Ellie Buckley at the second. Griner injects. Comes to Ash Fay. Good, solid save. And the rebound went into the shins of Ellie Buckley. But that was a very, very good save that time from Jocelyn Bartram. And a quick counter-attack on there for Lions. Good work from Williamson. Williamson into the circle now. Looks for a foot. She's found a foot. And that is a penalty corner at the other end. That was clever play by Carly Williamson. She's got pace to burn, old Carly Williamson. Just when she accelerates, she puts the afterburners on. Getting the congratulations from her teammates now. Well, how badly do Lions need a goal now? 5 minutes gone in the second half. Madi Ratcliffe waits, and alongside her, Sammy Prost. Ratcliffe, good save. That was a really good save again from Beckett Frisch, and she's made another one as well to deny Prost as she played the ball towards the back post. So Beckett Frisch on her game today, into the circle it goes, deflected away from Prost. Prost should keep that in play if she wants to. No, she's going to let it run over the side. Short pass to Chrissy Bates. Bates, brilliant skills to just evade one challenge, but not enough strength to get the ball into the circle. She's one possession back, though, for Lions. And that's a great pass. Shot on the reverse stick, though. In the end, resulting in a free hit. And now, oh, so close to getting on the end of that was Scout Regan. If she'd have brought that under control, would have made it interesting. So Wolves still in control of this match at the moment. Leaper forced backwards by 2 players. Kim Leaper, who had a spell as captain of the Northern Territory in the Australian Hockey League. Painful block by Williamson. Candice Peacock will play it out wide now to Pendlebury. Pendlebury closed down by Chilwell. Still got the pass away, but Gemma Buckley missing that one. So ball from the side, Eliza Smith. Short pass to Bates, looking to give it back to her, but intercepted well by Scout Regan. Played it to the top of the circle. Regan trying to play it back, but it's Griner who comes up with the ball. Griner gets past Owens. Griner to the baseline, lays it across, deflected away eventually. And now Ash Nelson manages to feed it to Sammy Prost. Prost was closed down quickly, has to swap places. She's lost possession. Ball taken away by Tina Mash. Good win back, though, by Chrissy Bates. DeBonche trying to win the free hit, eventually does the business. Chrissy Bates self passes, little flick over the top she goes, and it fell momentarily into the path of Tina Mash, but Mash couldn't bring it under control. Neither on that occasion could Scout Regan, so it will be a Lions ball from the side. Gone past the halfway stage of this third quarter. Wolves playing with a real assuredness at the moment. Stolen back by Smith. Nelson trying to turn, and that's just deflected back by Ash Fay, but she manages to gather control, takes it to the final, looks to turn into the body of Tina Mash and gets a free hit. Ash Fay, who hails from Bly in Surfers Paradise. Down the line, that's going to be kept in play. I'm not sure that that was who the pass was intended for, but across the face of goal, and unfortunately the deflection in the end from Tina Mash was a long way off goal, but Chilwell made a really good lead behind the defence of Westside Wolves to collect that pass. So Maddie Fitzpatrick makes her way back on now. So a lot of time being wasted before we have this 16 taken. That's gone out over the side, so a little bit narrow with the pass there, out of defence for Wolves. Owens, oh dear, telegraphed that one a little bit too much, and in the end Greiner stole it but couldn't link up, unfortunately, with Selesky. And it's back with Lions now. Ash Nelson denied by Fay, but it's picked up by Debanche. Owens pursued all the way back by Regan. Will deflect top of the circle now. Here's Madi Ratcliffe. Can she get a shot away? Turns, and it went up into the body. So Ratcliffe created the space for herself at the top of the circle, but unfortunately just played the ball into the ground. Owens in a real tussle there with Regan, comes out on top in the end. Debanche now just dinks the ball over the stick. That was real determination and good play in the end from Taryn Bright. Now Madi Ratcliffe, reverse stick, plays it in, nobody able to get a touch. Debanche, I think, was the target. And also coming in around the back was Tina Mash. Probably not a bad move just to hit that one up the other end of the pitch for a 16. At least it means that Wolves can now get a high press. They've got the ball in the final third of Suburban Lions, who've been really pressing hard around their circle for the last 5 minutes. And that just caught the foot. So it will be another free hit. Ash Nelson over the ball. 3.5 minutes left in this third quarter. The ball breaks kindly for Angela Chilwell. Chilwell plays it infield to McCorkindale. McCorkindale just leaving it behind for Ratcliffe. Nelson looking to feed it forward. Mash is going to have to scramble. That was outstanding. Well, that was real dedication by Tina Mash to slide in and somehow get that ball under control. She lost it eventually, but it's back with Lions now. But down the line it goes, and it will be a 16. There's a real hush around the Perth Hockey Stadium. Quite surprising when the last game there was so much noise. Suddenly it's, I think, just that nervousness. You just feel that one goal to Lions could shift the momentum of this game. And they're pressing really hard at the moment. Ash Nelson shows a lot of the ball, but still gets the pass to Taryn Bright. Bright cuts infield. Belts that one again, looking for the angle into the circle, but it was just too straight. The Wolves are getting closer to victory. And again, it's just a miscommunication down the right-hand side. Naomi Brown given a really tricky pass to try and keep in play. Intercepted well by Gemma Buckley. Played through the middle by Faye Nash, chasing hard. Goalkeeper's come a long way, and in the end, Roger Zuff couldn't get on the end of it. So Owens tries to spark something from the defence with 1.5 minutes left on the clock. It'll break for Ash Nelson. It'll be a free hit, in fact, so not surprisingly, Wolves players are not going to play it back. And Nelson's stolen a good 4 or 5 metres, and Kobe McGurk is on the case. She's going, I did that in my playing day. Oh, you're not going to get away with it now, I'm an umpire. Actually, that's a bit harsh. I'm not sure Kobe did do that too often. So Westside Wolves again taking their time. And just leaving the ball behind. Smashed forward once more by Candice Peacock. Eliza Smith winning it. The whistle had already gone though, so it'll be another free hit to Lions, but it's inside their own half and need to get on with it quickly. Eliza Smith plays on quickly but gives possession away, and it's picked up by Ash Faye, carries forward. Then a good pass by her, manages to pick out Roger Zuff. On the overlap now is Leaper. Leaper may have to use Roger Zuff again. Short pass, Smith comes in, but Roger Zuff is stronger on the ball and gets the free hit. 5 seconds left. They need to play the ball in quickly if they're going to get anything. And it's just played out of play. So that is the end of the third quarter. No goals in that quarter for the first time in the match. And it is still just 2 goals scored by Faye Nash from penalty stroke and Rebecca Griner from penalty corner that are the difference between the two teams as we head into the final break. Westside Wolves 2, Suburban Lions 0. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium. The final words of instruction coming from the coaching staff. Lindsay Wright had finished her team talk and sent her players out a little bit before Will Bias. Now the big question is 15 minutes to go. Can Suburban Lions find 2 goals and take us into extra time, let alone a shootout? At the moment, the way the Wolves defence are playing, it looks unlikely. But that's what these games are all about. Wolves to get us underway. Griner plays the ball back to Ash Faye. Coming across is Taryn Bright, penalised. Free hit left behind and it will be taken by Gamina. Comes back to Candice Peacock. She gives away possession. Lions, though, looking for some runs, and in the end, the ball directed straight to Kim Leaper. Satorio, she had so much time then, probably too much time. Into the circle it goes, Eliza Smith. Well, unfortunately for her, she lost the ball, and then as she was trying to turn, it just caught her foot. That's unlucky. But it is a penalty corner for Wolves, and they will look to try and seal this match with a goal early in this fourth quarter. because you feel a third would just wrap it up and assure them of a victory. Ellie Buckley is at the first battery. Ash Fay at the second. Leaper stops, goes to Buckley. She lifted that one, and that's cracked Maddie Fitzpatrick. A painful blow. Sorry, Madi Ratcliffe, I mean. And she's dropped her stick, and she's in a bit of pain, I would think, with that one. She's a tough cookie, Madi Ratcliffe. So Smith now. Going to play it forward, deflected fortuitously into the path of Owens. Owens accelerates forward. Pendlebury fouls Owens, and Owens tried to continue. Pendlebury put her hand up straight away to admit the error of her ways. Owens again, self-passes, looks to go down that same channel, but loses out. Prost wins the ball back for Lions, but is penalised and glares at the umpire in disbelief. Ash Fay to Greiner. Greiner can't get past Owens' foot. Oh, and that's given away to Ash Nelson. Nelson tried to just flick that forward on the reverse stick. Didn't quite come off. Feeds it now to Debanche. Debanche accelerates down the right-hand side, runs out of space. Over the baseline it goes, but there was a touch from a Wolves player, so penalty corner, long corner. Satorio takes it. Eliza Smith now to Owens. Owens trying to cut infield. Greiner giving chase. Owens, good stick work from her, eventually dispossessed by Ash Fay, and that looked as if it just clipped the foot, so another free hit to Lions. Smith takes it quickly, feeds Chrissy Bates, and now Ratcliffe advancing, just laying it back, was looking for Bates, but it was Peacock who intercepted it. And free hit goes the way of Lions. Ellie Buckley is not happy with that decision. Owens again. That was a free hit to Ash Nelson. Into the circle it goes, and that was well left by Beckett. Frisch, and she just let that one run into a goal. No touch inside the circle. So Wolves at the moment are certainly being peppered by Lions, but at the moment they're holding firm, and it's just Lions' last ball is just not the killer they need to get a goal. But you do feel if they get a goal, the momentum in this game could change drastically. Satorio has a bit of space now. Faye Nash was ahead of her. She manages to get the pass, though, to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe trying to go inside the circle. Along the baseline she goes, Madi Ratcliffe. Lifts it up. Good save again from Frisch. And it's won back, though, by the determined Sammy Prost. Prost cracks that one in. It's hit the post, would you believe it? And a strong challenge from Ratcliffe, and going flying as well was Tegan Gamina. Now the chance for a counter-attack for Wolves. Ellie Buckley holds play up, feeds it back into the path of Greiner. Greiner into the circle. Greiner shoots. What a save! Jocelyn Bartram, that was brilliant. That was headed into a top right-hand corner. Good strike from Greiner. And let's not forget as well the save the other end from Beckett Frisch. Leaper trying to find a way through. Gets a free hit. We're into the final 10 minutes of the match. Leaper again, self passes. Feeds it top of the circle. So much space, and played in, but luckily for Lions, nobody got a touch. But Faye Nash, that wasn't a bad ball in. Breaking out again, Sammy Pross tried to play a 1-2, but it was intercepted brilliantly again by Ash Faye. Now it's Greiner. Greiner to the baseline, looking to lay it back. That looked as if it caught a foot. No, maybe it didn't. Maybe it was just a foot being pulled out of the way rapidly so that there was no contact. Into the circuit goes Buckley trying to deflect it, and she's won a penalty corner. Managed to find the foot of Eliza Smith. So 7th penalty corner of the match now for Wolves. And that's where Ellie Buckley, if she can't shoot, she wins you a penalty corner as well. So Greiner makes her way down to the baseline. Ellie Buckley waits at the top of the circle this time. Gemma Buckley alongside her sister. Gemma Buckley goes in looking for a deflection. Goes wide this time, just past the post. And it came out to Ash Faye, who aimed it towards the left-hand rear post. But luckily for Lions, nobody got a touch. We've got 8.5 minutes left. Lions need a goal. Now, Chrissy Bates thought it was their free hit, was looking to get on with things quickly. Tegan Gamina plays it forward. Buckley was running there. So it's going to be a 16. Played on quickly. Finds Ash Nelson, who just manages to spin away from Leaper, and then coming back is Greiner and Leaper combined to dispossess Nelson. Rebecca Greiner, Owens gave her a little bit of a shove, but good work. Feeds the ball into the circle, trying to turn, and a desperate reach to try and crack that one towards goal from Buckley. And Buckley off the stick it goes, so it will be another 16. So as much as Suburban Lions try to attack quickly, you've got to give credit to Westside Wolves, who are just breaking up those attacks and intercepting passes just when they need to. Bright finds Nelson with a really good pass. Once more, though, it's blocked on the sideline. This time it's good work from Chloe Pendlebury. Once more, Leaper comes in hard. DeBanche now, and finds the leg of Leaper, but it's too high. Kim Leaper showing where it hit her. DeBanche doesn't agree, but it doesn't matter. The decision is not going to be changed. Well, in the 2-2 draw, it was Ash Nelson and Paula DeBanche who managed to get the goals. I don't think Lions would really care who got goals today. Satorio feeds it to Chrissy Bates. Of course, the winner of this will go through to the grand final. The loser will end up playing against Hale. Good break forward again, this time coming from Selesky. Six minutes left. Charlotte Owens, another good deflection just over the side. That'll do. Breaks up the attack. Good work from Scout Regan again. Ash Nelson flicks it forward. Madi Ratcliffe brings it down. Ratcliffe, oh dear, she couldn't get it, went down the line, but it was a good tackle again. Candice Peacock just taking it over the side. Nelson now for Lions. And that was drilled into the foot of Kim Leaper. No whistle, surprisingly. Ratcliffe plays it in, and that's deflected out long corner. So Ratcliffe now over the ball. It's a good pass from her, but just running away from Williamson. Williamson, though, is a tricky player when she's on the ball. Looks for a foot, then tried to work something else when she didn't find the foot. Ball is cleared over the side. Debanche will take this. She does. Debanche now attacking towards the area. Wins another free hit for her side. Plays on again quickly. Into the circle she goes. Good 3D skills. Appealing for a penalty corner. It's not given. In fact, it is given now when the umpires confer. So that's good umpiring. Lions with their third penalty corner. The clock stops as we set up for the penalty corner. A goal now, and Lions would have a lifeline. There are 4 minutes 50 seconds left on the clock. Now this is their third penalty corner of the match. Madi Ratcliffe waits again at the top of the circle. Moving around to the far side is Taryn Bright. Will they go for a deflection or will it be a direct shot? Comes out, stopped by Prost. Prost is going to shoot, and she's played it into the turf and above knee height. That's wasted. And Wolves, well, they were going to play that quickly then. Gemma Buckley thought, no, let's just kill a little bit of time. Buckley very nearly got that, but the touch is a good one. She can get the return pass, but that was won back in the end by Lions, who just managed to dispossess Selesky, feeling that Selesky deliberately stopped them playing on. Umpire didn't pay it, and now there's a chance again as Lions look to get inside the circle. Spinning again, brilliant tackle, and free hit goes the way of Wolves. That was superb just to stop the ability of Madi Ratcliffe getting into the circle. Time is now the biggest enemy, you feel, for Lions, and that's a deflection that needs to be kept in play. Good work by the goalkeeper. Lost out though now. Ellie Buckley into the circle, looks to square it. Rebecca Griner's there. What a tackle. Outstanding from Taryn Bright. That was superb. Winding back the clock. 279 test matches for South Africa. I think she's made a few of those in her career. Well, it's a free hit to Lions. Debanche now plays on with it quickly. Finds Nelson. Nelson dispossessed. A really, really good tackle. And it will be another free hit. Pendlebury doing good work. Oh, and that was not a bad idea. Beckett Frisch having to let that one run, but it was Ellie Buckley just running into that space that made them have to think twice about what the reaction was going to be. So Taryn Bright now. And Debanche deflects it forward to Nelson. Nelson through the legs, looking for Ratcliffe. Up it goes in the air. Well, not sure whether Gemma, oh dear, Ratcliffe was trying to feed it into Nelson, but it was just behind it. Both players lifting their sticks above their head. You just think that was possibly dangerous. I thought it came up off the stick of the Wolves player, but play on was the call. Satorio now for Lions, needs to get it forward, manages to find Chrissy Bates. Ratcliffe trying to feed it back to Bates, didn't manage to do so, and Peacock stole it back for Wolves. Into the sunshine it goes. We're into the final 2 minutes of the match. It looks as if Wolves are going straight through to the grand final. Now they finished top of the ladder, and they will say that that's rightly their position. They finished top of the ladder, though, by just 1 goal difference. Today, though, it's been a 2-goal difference. Breaking forward again is Ash Fay. Into the circle it goes. It may be more. Beckett makes a save, and it's just caught the foot, though, of Gemma Buckley. Debanche. Again, it's just telegraphed and easily intercepted. Ash Fay reading it really well. Owens. Oh, and that's a really good pass from Ratcliffe this time. Chilwell into the circle she goes. Off the pads. Good save. I said just now that it was Beckett Frisch who let that ball run. It was, of course, Jocelyn Bartram. Frisch has been the goalkeeper for Westside Wolves. Apologies for that one. But Beckett Frisch has been lively inside the circle, making some telling saves when they've needed them for Wolves. Into the corner it goes. We're into the final 15 seconds and they're just running the clock down. The game is all but over. Sammy Prost's not given up the ghost yet, nor to Chrissy Bates. And it's a free hit to Lions. They're going to need to get on with it quickly into the circle. Can they get a penalty corner? Well, penalty corner has been awarded. It went just before the final whistle. And so Lions will get a penalty corner. Not sure that it will mean that much, although for Wolves it will mean a great deal if they can keep another clean sheet. Especially to Beckett Frisch. Well, those not involved in the penalty corner from Wolves are shaking hands with the umpires and the other players. Every single player forward now, apart from Jocelyn Bartram, for Suburban Lions. Madi Ratcliffe this time, another good save, and it goes into her shin pad. So Beckett Frisch makes another good save, and she keeps a clean sheet. And it is a good victory for Westside Wolves, and they continue their march. They're into the grand final. The really convincing win. Goals in the first half, coming late in the first quarter when a penalty stroke was awarded. Faye Nash put that one home. And then a penalty corner from Rebecca Greiner after the rebound came back to her after injecting, with a difference between the two teams. The final score here, Westside Wolves 2, Suburban Lions 0.